inspire you. So welcome, let me introduce myself. I am Mashudu Ntsieni on Facebook. I'm Ketiwe and Mbele, so I'm Venda. I'm married to Mbele. So I'm a transformational life coach. I'm also a negative emotional therapy practitioner. So you might be asking yourself, what do I do? So I help people transform their lives so that they can get rid of their emotional and mental baggages and also their negative belief systems that are sabotaging their own lives so that they can master their own lives and live a successful life. It is possible. That is what I want to show you. Even myself, you hear when I share my story, when I'm about to end this session, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel and there is hope. And I also help people to break through the boundaries of things, the obstacles that they are facing as well. And also talking about this depression is part of that. Is about the emotional and mental baggages, things that are making you not feel worthy, not feeling awesome, and feeling like you're a failure, but there is hope, you can do it. So that is what I do. So, and other things that I do, I'm also a metallurgist by profession as well. Someone will say, what is a metallurgist? Similar to a chemical engineer. So it's about solving problems within different processes and improving businesses and how businesses runs, how things run, so that, and you also look at the productivity, which also look at the mental and the health and basically the whole perspective of a person and the value chain. So that is what I do. So once more, welcome. So yeah, so let me share my slide. Before I share my slide, can you just stand up? Let's do something just to move my chair as well. Just stand up wherever you are. You can unmute yourself, all of you. We can make a bit of noise. So let's just stand up. Let's just energize you. I don't know what you've been through throughout the whole day. So I want you to be in the session with me, to be fully immersed. And yeah, be in the session. There might be distractions, but yeah, just be in this session. You have gifted yourself this session to be here. So just stand up. I'm gonna take off my glasses and then do a fist like this.
I often sense that it gives her a lift.
Okay, like this. I don't know if you can see me. I'll have to tilt again.
Yes, we can.
Okay, and then stand like you are an 8. Your legs should be like this as well.
Nice.
So yeah, just spread your legs as well and just be firm. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a few deep breaths. It's just to calm you. I don't know whose noise, but I'm going to mute all of you. It's fine.
She's had a great run. She's currently sitting in 7th.
Okay, so stand like this. Also your legs be firm. And then we're going to take a few deep breaths. I see that Martha will, I'll mention to her what we need to do. So we're going to take a deep breath in. So when I say take a deep breath in, so take as if you are taking this deep breath with your fist like this from below. Let me just do this. So it's like you're doing this and you're rising with your hand. I trust that makes sense. So take a deep breath, and then when I say hold, just hold. When I say breathe out, you release the hands. So we're going to do a few of those just for you to calm down. You might feel some sensation, you might feel some dizziness. If you feel some dizziness, just take a deep breath in and be in that feeling. Or you might take a sip of water, because we're doing something to your brain. We're just energizing you as well. So, and when you are on your own, just do it. You'll be so amazed. It can help you to calm down when you're feeling anxiety, when you're feeling lonely, unsure, or you're just feeling uneasiness. So it's a way, and it also energizes. It's one of the breathing techniques that I do. For me, I don't like waking up in the morning, but I have to do it. It energizes me. It's like my exercise before I do the rest of my morning routine. So let's do it. So let's take a deep breath in and rise and hold and breathe out, release. Another one, deep breath in, hold, breathe out. So you can make noises as you're breathing out. We need to let that carbon dioxide out. So when you're breathing out, breathe out as if you are losing your breath. So we need to release that as much as we can. Let's do it. Another one. Deep breath in. Hold. Breathe out. Another one. Deep breath in. Hold. Hold. Breathe out. Let's do the last one. This one, give it all your energy. Forget about your problems. Just visualize doing this amazingly. So let's do another one. Deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. So just take another deep breath in without using your hands. Deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. You can settle back in your chairs or wherever you're sitting and let me know how you're feeling. You can even private message me if you don't feel like sharing to everyone. So let me know how you're feeling. I'd like to hear. Remember to drink water if you're feeling. You might feel something if you have never done this. Just to emphasize, breath is what we came here. It was the first thing when we were born that we got, and it's the last thing that we lose when we die, and it's so powerful. Our breath can heal so many things, and how we breathe has got so many effects in how your body functions. So that's another topic for another day. Okay, I see someone says they're feeling at ease for a moment. That's awesome. Thank you. Drink that glass of water. Release what you just released. Anyone else? How are you feeling?
A bit more relaxed and calm.
Okay, that's awesome. So throughout the session, if you are feeling negative thoughts coming through, being distracted, just take them. You can do it as you are sitting. Just deep breath in, you hold and you breathe out. You don't have to do what I was doing. I'm just making you wake up in case you are asleep as well. So I see there's another comment which says, I feel at ease. That's awesome. Anyone else? Very calm and relieved. Awesome, Francine. Let me take my glasses so I can see better. Okay guys, thank you so much for honoring this time, feeling relaxed, Makaso. That's fantastic. So I'm just gonna start my presentation. So this will be an interactive session as well. So I won't be only talking by myself. So so that you don't fall asleep. Okay, sorry, that was my YouTube. It's okay. I have to get it down. So yeah, welcome. So if you've got comments throughout, just raise your hand so that I can see, because I'm on a slide view now, so I might not see all the controls. Can you see my slide? Does anyone see my slide?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Your slide.
Yes.
Okay, I just need to do something quickly. I'll be with you. Okay. I'm back. Can you see the slide? Just let me know.
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. So how many of you can type what is your scale at the moment of your happiness? Where do you fare between 0 and 10? So you can type privately as well. So yeah, welcome. So I'd like to hear a response from everyone so that I know where you guys are in terms of your happiness. Where are you? Is it a 0? Is it a 5? Is it a 10? Or you're in between 5 and 10? So where are you? You see there's a 6, there's a 4, 4, 7, 6, there's a 6. Anyone else? There's a 2. So there's a sad, doubtful. Okay. Thank you guys for sharing your scores and being vulnerable, and it's just the first step of awareness of realizing how you're feeling as well. So what I'm gonna do with this session, just to take you through what depression is, what you can do, and my story as well. And I trust the information will inspire you and you'll do something about it. And from this session, I believe with the breath exercise that we have done, you have achieved something. You have seen that you've got power, you've got something that has been given to you, which is just breath, to manage how you're feeling and to improve your well-being. So as I was busy researching, and I wanted to bring something which is just similar to everyone else, is I came across this quote by Jim Carrey. Says depression is your mind telling you, or it's your avatar, that is you, telling you it's tired of being the character you're trying to play. And then further, Brené Brown. I'm not sure how many of you have read Brené Brown. She writes so amazing books. I've read so many this year that she has as well. There's another one as well here, The Gifts of Imperfection. So I've finished reading that one. And then there's another one about greatness as well that I'm reading. So I love this quote. It says, if you trade your authenticity for your safety, you may experience the following: anxiety, depression, eating disorders, addictions, rage, blame, resentment, and inexplicable grief. And most of the times we go through that. When someone suffers from depression, it's because of something that have changed. It's when we resist something that is currently happening. And because normally if you're in your comfort zone, it's quite a challenge to move from comfort to the growth zone. And as well, it could be some also if you've got depression and you're on medication. So do listen to this and make sure you still visit your your doctor as well. So don't stop whatever you're doing. But if you still want to engage with me, you're welcome to. You can have that engagement further. So that is a disclaimer I'm saying. So if you're on medication, don't stop it unless your doctor says so, and unless your soul tells you that now you don't have to take it. You have got other ways of managing it, and you can beat that. So we suffer from depression because of resisting what is currently happening or things that are happening from you. And some of the people, it's hereditary, it could be psychological. And that one is a small percentage. And most of it is us. We have created the depression and the anxiety because we're resisting the change. We're resisting things that needs to happen, and we feel like there's no way out, and being comfortable in this growth zone. It's always said that if we're not growing, we're dying. And the challenges that we're going through most of the time, they're making us to grow and to heal something within us that needs to be healed so that you can be the better version of yourself. And when you are always experiencing anxiety, like even today when I was waking up after doing my morning prayer meditation, I was just feeling this anxiety. For me, it was about how today will pan out. It was 7 o'clock, I had a meditation class. Then 1 o'clock it was join the conversation, and then this one I was like, will I be able to do it? And it's happening. So we do go through it that, and you need to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Why am I questioning this? Why am I resisting? If I don't do it, what is gonna happen? So we go through anxiety caused by so many things, and the few slides will show you other things that causes anxiety. So does this slide resonate with you? Just send me a like or anything. Does it make sense? Yes, I see there's a thumbs up as well. Thank you guys, thank you. I should have 2 screens, so it's a challenge to navigate through this. So the next slide talks about this one. I'm not sure if you have read Eckhart Tolle's books. If you haven't, do read them. He's so amazing. And each time I'm always stretched since I've been on this journey of transformation as well, dealing with my emotional and mental baggages. It has been quite a journey, and what I want to show you is that it's a fulfilling journey. As much as it's challenging, other days you might feel like you're doing well. Today you've mastered everything, and then the next day you feel like you're down. But always remember that when you're feeling down, the down won't be the same like when you didn't have that awareness, because now you've got that awareness of saying, I've got something that I can do to manage this. So that is how we evolve, that is how we increase our awareness, and that is how we grow. So he says the primary cause of our unhappiness is never the situation but our thoughts about it. Because each time, even whilst you're sitting here listening to me, there are thoughts coming through your mind, and it's normal. And in terms of thoughts, we've got what we call negative thoughts and positive thoughts. And as human beings, we like dwelling on the negative thoughts. You might find that maybe you're on social media or you're at work and there were 10 people who were there, and then 8 people say you have been doing very well, and then the other two says you are a flop. And it's human nature to feel and say you concentrate on the 20% of those ones. And it's something that we have learned from how we have been conditioned through growing up, and we need to learn to master our thoughts and be able to question and say, why am I doing this? 80% of the people said I'm doing well, but I'm just in these negative thoughts. And the moment you dwell on the negative thoughts, you're just going to create that negativity. Let's say you say people hate you, and each time you think about it, you say somebody hates you, and you're going to attract a lot of people who hate you. Your bosses will hate you, your families will hate you, your friends will hate you, because thoughts create. So my question to you is, what reality are you creating with your thoughts? Are you dwelling on the bad or on the past or on the future? Are you dwelling on the positives that you see? And whilst you ask yourself this question, is remember that not everyone will love you. And if you believe in God and Jesus as well, Jesus, there were so many people who didn't love him. Even his disciples betrayed him. So it's not something new, but it's being able to be authentic and manage the being that you are, because you are mind, body, and spirit, and you are God within you. God is omnipresent. That is why I normally do run meditations, is to learn to master this thing of the mind, body, and spirit. Because even in the Bible says, be still, I'm God. The moment you are still, you are able to get the answers that you need, which are within you. And you need to practice that by also minding these thoughts. So you need to train, rewire, and unlearn the things that you have learned, which are not serving you. So ask yourself that questions. And my next question, you can send me privately those ones. What is that one thing daily, throughout the day? It can be a sentence that you think about every time. Let me know. I want to see where you are, all of you. Let me know, what is that thing that you constantly think about? Even when you just wake up, when you open your eyes or you're doing something, just it flashes throughout like the light, which is just flashing through this face. Okay, some of the answers that are coming is that the passing of my dad, that is something that is coming through. The other one says, what's next? So with the first answer, I'm sensing a lot of grief. The one about what's next, I'm sensing a lot of, yeah, I've heard it. What is going to happen next? It's like I feel like I'm out of control. The other answer says, I got this. What are others saying? What is that one thing that always is on your mind? Okay, the other one says, the current money situation seems like I'm not coping. The other one is saying, am I good enough? And where am I supposed to be? And it's normal to feel this, because these are the beliefs that you're currently feeling, and this is what you're feeling. And let's go back to that question. So just close your eyes and just be in that thought and tell me. You can also type down to me and tell me what are the sensations and feelings. Where are you feeling? What body? Because whatever we feel, our body always communicates with us all the time. Like even when you've got that deal that you need to sign, your hunch will tell you no. And at times you just overrun it because it's God talking to you and you're just denying this answer. So when you're feeling those thoughts, where do you feel the most pain? Where is it situated? Just even now, just close your eyes. Just take a deep breath, calm down, and let me know where you're feeling these emotions. Okay. And as well with, it could be fear. Where are you feeling that fear? Where are you feeling that doubt? Where are you feeling that unworthiness? Where are you feeling that grief? Just be in that sensation. Okay, someone says they usually run out of breath. When you feel like that, just take that deep breath, and there are some tips as I go through this presentation that you can try out as well. Chest is heavy, yes, that's normal. So when you're feeling the chest is heavy, just continue breathing. If you're at home, just go and have a cold shower just to cut off that emotion. Neck, yes, that's normal. The neck and headaches, yes. And let me know, how long have you been feeling like this? And currently, what do you do when you feel like that? Yes, fast heart rate, yes. For me, maybe I can just share, when I used to be angry, my hands would shake. And I had to learn to breathe and breathe out this emotion. Because I used to say to myself, if someone would be here, what would I do with these shaking hands? Okay. Okay, if someone says it comes and go, some is saying it has been known. I normally take a walk and feel better. Yes, that's another technique I was going to teach you as well, how you can ground yourself. And then another one, it says, I've been feeling like this since the passing of my dad, and I cry. Crying is another way of release. So another thing that I can just add in terms of crying and how you're feeling, it's when you want to express. So write a letter to your dad and tell him, say anything. It could be something that you are angry that he is gone. Write it. So you can write an angry letter first until you have poured your hearts out. So write that letter. And then not the same day, drink water and do the techniques that I'm going to share. So another day when you feel okay, you're relaxed, write another letter of gratitude. And also write another letter, so it will be few letters of what you have learned, what you're missing. And also write a letter to God and say why, if you are angry with God. So you can write letters with everyone you're angry with. It's another way of release. The reason I say this because each time we feel something or we are scared of something, it creates what we call neurons within your body. That's why I was asking you, where are you feeling that pain? So it's the same with someone when they say they're scared of snakes, and the moment you just hear snake, you can just feel the pain in your tummy or in your heart, because that is where it has been stored. So we store our emotions in our body, and they also create our reality. So it's quite important that we learn to release them, and it's something that we don't learn at school, and that is something powerful that we can learn. So we need to learn to release our emotions, like even crying helps, journaling as well, because when you are journaling, you are also, with journaling, so powerful, because from the journaling, after a while, you can see the thought patterns of where you are, how you are thinking, and you can see the root cause of the issue. And then another one is, which I'll share, is how to ask yourself questions, because most of the time we're thinking negative thoughts, we feel like failure, and it's not your fault. That is what I want to assure you as well. When we grow up, that is why they say how you raise your kids from the young age is quite important, that you create that foundation. We get conditioned by our caregivers, we get conditioned by our surroundings, we get conditioned by society of how to behave, how to do this. There are people who can't even express themselves. Like myself, I grew up being told I cannot express myself. I grew up not being able to go and speak to my mom and say, Mommy, I've got this. Even I remember when I started my periods, I couldn't even go to my mom. I had to go to my granny because of the relationship that I had, because I felt safe with her. So it depends on how you grew up, what is the conditioning, and what have you done to protect yourself and create a layer around yourself, and you can undo that. So it's quite important you understand where that is coming from, and asking yourself, if I continue doing this, is it serving me? What can I do differently? And that is what I do when I'm coaching people and being a negative practitioner. I take them through that journey to understand what were the root cause, and then also to help them unpack and change and unlearn the things which are not serving them, which are sabotaging their lives, and the belief systems. Because between the age, I don't know what ages you are here, between the age of 30 to 40, you start questioning. Could be earlier now as well. You start questioning things, and you feel like you're reaching midlife crisis. You are questioning how you were raised, the belief system, and it's normal. Everyone has to go through that. And always remember, you being on this earth, you are a gift, you are a VIP. The reason I say you're a VIP is because you can eat, you can choose what you want, you can sleep all day, you can make decisions, you can create, you can do so many things. But for someone, when they die, when they pass on, when they move from the body, from the mortal body to the spirit, they don't have that. They'll be there in the spirit. But you, as this body, you've got so much that you can do. And at times we take being in this physical realm for granted, and we forget what VIP we are. And we let situations and society and what is happening control us. And whilst within you, you've got that thing which within your gut which will tell you you're not being authentic. Be authentic. And when you start being authentic, you're going to lose people. People are going to hate you. But what is better? to live an unhappy life or a happy life. So that is quite important. So I feel pain in my chest, and I also cry and spend time with people and just talk about anything other than what I'm going through. And this is so true with what has happened in society, and you see the fact that social media is in your face. We saw the death of one of the actors, Mr. Ferguson, and you could just see different sides and negatives and the positives, because it just shows you that there'll always be negatives, there'll always be positive people that don't think the same. So it's up to you what you decide to concentrate on. And people feel like when they start expressing themselves, someone will judge them, they'll put it on social media. So that is why it's important you find a mental health practitioner to assist you, because those people have code of ethics that they need to follow. A mental health practitioner can be a psychologist, a therapist, can be a life coach, a transformational coach, or a coach, because we have been trained. Just to emphasize that even as a coach, we are also getting help. Even myself, I was just telling someone that on a monthly basis, I'm forever working on myself, uncovering, removing the layers within myself of different things. So it's quite important you work on yourself. And that is something that we are so scared to do, to work on yourself and to uncover the onions which are there. And the moment you uncover, you're still gonna cry. But the beauty is that you'll be discovering the authenticity that is within you. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? Are you still with me? Just put thumbs up or an emoji or something. Are you still there? Yes, I see a thumbs up. Yes. Is it making sense? Yes, I see there's a love there. Thank you for the love. Awesome. So let's go to the next slide. The next slide, it just summarizes what I've been talking about earlier. Let me minimize this so that I see myself. It's like you are what you think. So each time there's a thought and we stay on it, we create more of it. So if you are creating joy and happiness, you will create more of it. And if you're creating sadness, doubt, you're going to attract situations like that. So normally thoughts is how you think, and then you feel that emotion of sadness. If you're feeling, say, you are creating positivity, and maybe you say you love this car, you want to buy this car, and then when you think about it, just get excited. It shows you how you feel, and you can feel it in your body. So what you have been doing with this exercise is just taking you through this diagram of when a thought comes, what emotions you feel, and where you feel it in your body. And if you concentrate on it, it becomes an outcome, becomes your reality. And you can change this. You can change if your current reality is something that is not adding value to you, it's working against you, and you feel like, no, I want to die. Remember, that is the last option. You are a VIP in this world. That's why you are in this physical body. There are many who get miscarried and don't even get the opportunity to live this life. And you are here, you can breathe, you can even be here with me and sit with me. So always remember that as we are going through this session, how precious you are to God. So it's how you act. So what you think, you are what you think. So whatever you're forever thinking, you create. And you might be saying, I've been thinking like this, I've seen this 2 years and all that. There is a way to start changing. You start creating habits, and you start doing that thing. You create a new habit, you change habits. If you continuously doing that thing for at least for 21 to 30 days, doing it daily. And if you feel like you have done it this week and you forgot, continue, start back from one. And you might say this is too much. It is too much because it's something that you haven't learned, but you just have to show the commitment and saying, I'm going to do this. This is about me. I need to live a fulfilling life. I need to find out what is my purpose. Why am I on this earth? Because everyone in this earth has got a purpose. And you might not know your purpose at the moment. And whatever you're going through, the challenges that you're going through, they might be driving you to your purpose. And that is what I've seen with myself. So, there's something that I wanted to share, that even with ourselves, we do go through steps. I remember in March, my sister had a major surgery. And because of COVID, we couldn't be there. And throughout that 5 days, she was all by herself, surrounded by doctors. And the person was just 20 minutes away. And COVID has made us to be so isolated and not to have that Ubuntu and not sharing. So during that time, I was really impacted. And I still had to carry on coaching. So when she came back, she just saw me. I was just crying throughout the day. So that's why I love that you guys crowd. It was a way of releasing that, because I didn't want to create those new neurons, which later will become a tumor or cancer. Because even people who've got cancer, most of the time, is because they've bottled up things within them. Like I say, when you're angry, when you're feeling, you need to know, just scan yourself and let yourself know where you're feeling that emotion, because we store emotions in different places. And if they continue those negativity, they become tumors, they become cancers. And I want to show you can heal yourself. You've got power to do that. So I had to go through that, through this therapy. I said, I can't do it on myself. I can't do all the techniques that I tell people to do. So I became vulnerable and reached out. And it was so interesting just to sit there and hear somebody taking me through this journey for what I tell people. And I became better because I had to be better so that I can continue helping others. Because you cannot give what you don't have. So if you're not in a good space, find help. There is help. Swallow your pride, be vulnerable, and raise your hand and say, I'm going to invest in yourself. Because the moment you invest in yourself, you work on yourself. Things that cover your life, they become prosperous. Your relationships improves. Your finances improves. Because you'll be thinking differently. You'll be vibrating a powerful energy, which I'm going to show in the next slide. Because you'll be attracting that. And it's not a sin to be going through what you're going through. So at times I always say, I have to rejoice in my challenges so that I can find out what is the diamond within that challenge. Because we'll forever go through those challenges. We'll forever feel lost and alone, because that is what depression does. You just feel lost and alone and you feel like the world doesn't know what is happening. So once you're going to ask yourself, what is the diamond I'm learning from this? As much as there's crying, you feel like the world is crumbling, just ask yourself, because it will continue. As soon as you get the lesson, you'll see it just stops, like you're cutting, and then you get new challenges. And with the lesson that you have learned, you'll be able to manage. And I think, let me go to that slide. Okay, what's the next one? So this slide just shows good thoughts and negative thoughts. So you need to keep the good thoughts. We always go through them, even when you're meditating. And meditating, there are different degrees of meditation. And the moment meditation helps you to connect with your spirit, helps you to connect with your God. And as you do it, you become less judgmental. You become loving wherever you are. You love everything that is happening around you. You love the trees, because God is love. So you embody what God is, because God is within you. So a tip, you can write it down, like when do good thoughts, when you're just, even now there might have been many different thoughts that you have gone through. So when thoughts come through which are good, just say, thank you for the thought, thank you, thank you, thank you, I acknowledge you. But if it's a bad thought, train your mind. So you've got power to train your mind because everything starts in the mind. If it's a bad thought, just say thank you for the thought, delete, delete, delete. So continue doing that. It will become a habit. As much as we go over more than 60,000 thoughts a day, you'll be learning to train your brain because whatever you're doing, you're training your brain so that it stays in your subconscious mind. I'll show you the next slide where I'm going to emphasize on the subconscious mind. So remember, good thoughts, always say thank you, acknowledge the thoughts, and you can write it down. Because another thing that we tend to take for granted is that God is always talking to us. The questions that you have been asking for, they are always answered. It might be through a billboard, you might see the answer, it might be somebody saying, Mashudu, you need to go and be a lecturer. And it's something you've been saying, should I be a lecturer? And then you're doubting yourself, and then someone says, yes, you need to. It's God sending angels who comes in different forms. So have a notebook all the time. When these positive thoughts, note them down because you'll forget them because we go through so many thoughts. And then bad thoughts, just say, thank you, delete, delete, delete. And it will become a habit. And you'll be owning the power of your mind because everything starts in our mind. In our mind, everything. And also is connected to your gut. As I was saying, in our mind is divided into what we call the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, like even now, I'm using the conscious mind just to go through the presentation, but when I explain further, I'm using the subconscious mind, things that I know, that I've learned as well. So it's also, conscious mind also controls your reasoning, your logic, your critical thinking, one task at a time. It has got limited memory. And then it always talks about the past, present, and the future. And your subconscious mind always says everything is happening now. Like when you're saying to someone, you say, that person is not beautiful, they are ugly. Your subconscious mind saying it as if you're talking to yourself, you're saying you're ugly. So it's just a reflection of yourself. Like even if somebody is annoying you, it's something that you need to ask yourself, what is it about myself that is annoying me, about this person that I have? Because we normally complain about what we call our shadows, the dark sides of ourselves which we are not aware of. And there's a beauty in knowing them so that we harness them. Because if you manage your shadow side and your good side, you'll be so powerful. And at times we shy away from our shadows, the things that we need to heal and acknowledge so that we can be better people. And also our beliefs. I was talking about how society programs you, what you're going through, like not feeling good enough, the negative emotions that you might be feeling. Something which has been programmed, which you have seen daily, and how you protect yourself. And also your values and your traumas that you have been through. I'll just elaborate on the trauma. I think 3 weeks back when we had the looting here in KZN and Joburg, it just brought me back in 1994. 1994 I was doing matric. That shows how old I was. I was doing matric, and it was that time when we were getting our freedom, becoming free as South Africa, and I was doing matric, and there was a lot of infighting between the ANC and the IFP, and throughout whole of Soweto, because I grew up in Soweto. And I used to stay in Shawela and then had to climb a taxi and go to Protea where I was doing high school. Daily I used to ask myself, will I come back alive? Will they come and attack us at school? Will they attack my parents? Because each time there's a funeral, when they bury one of their members, there'll be a shooting to make sure that someone dies when they go and bury. And one time we even lost a bullet. I don't know how we missed it with my granny. So it just brought that trauma, and then I had to deal with it because as I say, as you heal, you might feel like you have healed, and then there might be that 5% that is still missing. So it's normal to get those triggers. So we do get those because that is where it is in our mind. And everything that we do is created in our mind. And something that I just need to share as well, which you might not be, I will also Google it. We are 5% our body, we are 95% spirit. That is why even you can control thoughts and everything that is happening because you're a spirit being. We're just a spirit being. Like even me using this laptop, it's made of atoms, which are made of atoms. Trees as well. That is why I say, as us as human beings, we are so fortunate. We can go and work. A tree cannot do that. But God always provides. Have you ever asked yourself, the fishes in the sea, who provides for them? The birds in the sea, who provides for them? It's God. And God is within you. And He's always talking to you. So yeah, so I just wanted to illustrate on that we are 5% this body and 95% spirit. And that is why our mind is so powerful, because when you sleep, when you go back to sleep, your mind is not controlling you. There's so much that is happening when you're sleeping. And that is another topic for another day, but I won't dwell into that. So is it making sense, guys? Any questions so far? Can do thumbs up. Are you still with me? Are you lost? Are you learning something new? Is it making sense? Okay, thank you. So just further, when I wrote this, I see there's a hug. Thank you. It's making a lot. So I had to find something because I know people get bored when you write things. So I just had to find a diagram that makes sense, which illustrates back out the iceberg that I showed about the consciousness and the subconscious. When you look at anxiety, when somebody is feeling anxiety, this is what they are feeling within them: embarrassed, ashamed, disgusted. And we don't see this. They feel regret. It's everything that is happening within their mind through their body. And on the outside, you just see somebody who's negative. You see somebody who's got lack of focus. You see somebody who's got a lot of anger. You see somebody who's got sleep issues, over planning, avoiding, because that is the behavior. Because you never know what that person is feeling, because those people, they are so scared to express themselves. So that is something you have to be mindful. You might also be going through and you've got a family, so look out for those signs, at those behavior, and let us and say, that person unjalo or uraro ujwalo udula halina li anger kids why and some will say they've got insomnia. So we really need to go deep down and uncover what is under this iceberg, what is causing this, and then you deal with the root causes. And same with depression. Somebody will feel like everything is just at a loss. It might be work, it might be marriage, it might be being themselves, their health, their challenges that are happening, and people will just see sadness. And what people don't see is this anger, anxiety, changes in appetite, depression, empty, feeling fatigue as well. It's related also to burnout. I had a burnout last year in October because I was overworking myself. I was trying to be jack of all trades, so I was not managing my emotions properly. So there are things, your body, when it's tired of protecting you, it's going to show it to you through disease, and which is the disease that we create. Because the moment you just continue picking up, you create diseases yourself that can be managed. Others, remember, some can be hereditary, which has been been passed through generations. That is why you hear people when they say someone in the family needs to break down their generational curses, and it might be you. So that even your kids, because even when a child is born, like even a girl is born, you're pregnant, there's still some seed, there's still a portion of the generations before we came will continue with that, because I said we store our emotions in our body, so it will continue being cyclical. So you really need to work on yourself. Raise your hand and get the help. So it could be someone suffering from insomnia because they're so scared to sleep as well. They don't know how to sleep. They have to depend on this medication because that is how they numb them. Irritable. So when somebody's irritable, notice, don't just judge. Look beyond the irritation. Even yourself, ask yourself, why am I feeling this irritation? Where am I feeling it? What is it that I'm resisting, that I don't want to control, that I want to control? Because we are not God. We need to go with the flow. The numbness, like I was saying, I used to feel that shaky because I want to control, I want to be in control of everything, because I used to feel like that because when I grew up, I never felt protected. I had to fight, I had to do this. So when we grow up, we come up with this mechanism to protect ourselves, but they don't serve us for the long run, and they are destroying the VIP that we are. Oversleeping, self-harm, slowness, feeling worthless. So notice that. And then here are some, the causes are plenty. So it could be changing of lifestyle, because for me, when I started acknowledging that I had depression, I realized I had depression most of my life. But when I was 30, I just got married, I just bought a new house, I've got this little kid, I'm unhappy at work because I had expectations of what I expected these things. So at times we've got these expectations, and when things don't go according to our expectations, which at times we don't verbalize them, we get angry, we feel that resistance, we want to control. So that is quite important to note, that even our lifestyle, the way things are going, work, now it's COVID, how we run our lives is different. We were talking earlier that now what we call abnormal situations, based on how you grew up, to young kids, to them you just say this is abnormal, but to them they won't even understand what you're talking about. So we're creating a lot of abnormal situations which are becoming normal. There's so much that is against us, and this is the time to connect with yourself and to grow and find out what is it that you are resisting. What is my value? What is my purpose? Where do I need to grow? And also our eating habits, the food that we eat, fast food that we're eating. You can see even with young girls nowadays, I believe there was a study in the UK based on the water, even boys, they have breasts as well. And then kids nowadays, they are menstruating girls at a young age. So what we're eating, so you need to be mindful of what you're eating. And when you want to connect with yourself, it's quite important you eat what we call alkaline food. I think you have heard normally in January people when they are saying they are fasting because they want to achieve something. They fast and they remove a portion of whatever, so they decide on what they want to fast. But when you want to fast and you still want to eat, you can do the alkaline food. You feel lighter because, as I said, 5% is your body, 95% your spirit. So if you are heavy, you won't be able to connect, you won't be able to hear when you are meditating what God is saying to you. You won't be mindful of what is happening, because the moment you increase what you call your consciousness, you become aware of your surroundings, you become aware of the noise, you become aware of the messages. Because when you are sad and you are in your zone, you even forget that the kettle is on. You even forget that the door is not closed because you're not there, you're not fully present. So what you eat affects you. So look at the label. So that's another topic on another day, which I can take further on the effects of your food. But if you want to make life-changing decisions, either go on a water fast. I do it weekly for 3 days, just to purge myself as well and make decisions. So I haven't been doing that for the past 2 weeks. I had a major surgery the past 2 weeks, so I'm still recovering, so I don't want to be on a dip. So yeah, so that is something you can do. So I can't do the water now, I'm just doing the fruits. And I'm still not eating meat even now. This is my second month and it's becoming normal.
Well done. Well done.
Even when I was in hospital, I had to fight with the ladies who come and take my orders. I went like, no meat. They said, "Uyahlanya, awudli nyama." I went, no meat. Bring me your menu. And then the other days they had to be creative. So yeah, so food has got an effect, because acid food, like food that we eat normally, which is cooked, is highly acidic, and we've got acid within our body. So it's another chaos. So even if you want to lose weight or you want to eat properly, so have your water, then have your raw vegetables, then have your cooked meal. Then it's easier to digest that, because when you're sleeping or when you're doing, you'll still be highly energetic, because other food, they take a lot from you. They affect your thinking, your hormones and all that. So that is something that you can start doing. So have your water. Even when you are a chocoholic like me, but I'm better now, is to have your water, have your fruit, then have your chocolate or your sweets. So it's another way of providing your body with that nourishment. Oh yes, I see MJ said she's going on a vegan diet for them. Yes, it's awesome. And please share with me after the 21 days how you feel. So yeah, you'll be so, okay, let me not tell you what's gonna happen, but I'm just so excited about the journey that you're gonna take. And lack of exercise. Exercise doesn't mean you have to go to the gym and pull weights. Just walk. Walk and connect with nature. And just move your body, so that those neurons, depending on which ones you're continually creating, they get distributed, and you drink water, you flush it out as you're crying. So exercise, it helps as well. And it also helps you with another topic, which is balancing of our chakras. We've got 12 chakras. So it helps to connect with the person that you are. And you feel energized because you release happy hormones. Even for people who've got depression and anxiety, when you exercise, after when you come back, you just feel differently. And others, they run just to connect with God, because when you are there and you're running that 40 kilometers and you're saying, really, will I finish this 40 kilometers? You start asking yourself questions. So it's another way to be still and be with God. It's another way of meditation. And then another one is no exposure to nature. Something that if you know someone is sick, make sure they spend 20 minutes to 30 minutes outside in the sun to balance what we call our endocrine system. Our endocrine system does the most in our bodies, and you get vitamin D and you feel good and you get those hormones. So even when you're sad, if there's a sun, for me, what I do at times is like when I wake up, they even know my family, when I'm in my spot, they'll leave me alone. At times I even forget it's 20 minutes. I'm just being in the moment, just appreciating nature and absorbing this free vitamin D that we've been given by God. In other countries, like in the UK, people commit a lot of suicide because of lack of vitamin D, because it's forever cold. The sun comes by seasons. So that's why I'm saying we need to be grateful. And being in Africa, we've got this, as much as it's cold at the moment, there is that sun. So just go there, 20 minutes, wear that warm jacket and remove your glasses. so that it penetrates within your body. You'll be so amazed. So you can do another research of the effects of the sun on you. And then exposure to the green grass, because we are all connected. As much as we are human beings, we are connected with nature. We are connected with the grass, with everything that is there. The fact that it can speak, we can speak. So that's why I say VIP. So connect with nature. Feel the wind, feel that breath of fresh air. It's like when you're on a long drive and you're driving, you're putting your mirrors down, you feel that air, you're like, oh, it's liberating. Have you felt that moment? And just, yeah, it's priceless. And then as well, another thing is the emotional security. You feel like you're not loved, you feel you're hated, so we go through that. And others, it could be psychological, depending on your wiring in your brain as well. So that is where we need psychotherapy. So if you come to me, I'll ask you a few questions and see and check if you are ready to do coaching or do you need to do psychotherapy first, because you can do that and then from there you can go to a coach. A coach helps you with what we call, we normally say it's like your project management plan to take you from where you are to greatness, to be successful, providing you with those tools and being your accountability partner throughout in discovering this person that you are. So there are so many, I didn't want to list, so it will just fill up with this. Okay. Is my slide? Okay, it doesn't want to show. So I was just talking earlier about the frequency, like when we're forever emitting frequency vibrations with earth, with everyone. Have you seen when somebody's happy and you're smiling and you meet someone and they smile to you, they give you that smile back. You start smiling, you won't frown. It's that vibration that they are emitting. And most of the time when we are sad or we are angry, we are going through depression, we are operating below here. We go through all these emotions, we go below 100, and that's a lot. And just the scale on the right just shows us where we are. And the moment you start working on yourself, getting help, unlearning your conditioning, your negative beliefs, and being authentic and not resisting what you are meant to do here, discovering what you need to do, healing those traumas that you have gone through, healing the hatred, the resentment that you have feeling, because when you go through, you meet a mental health practitioner, you'll be helped on how to deal with those, understanding what are the root causes, because when you know something, why it's happening, you create that awareness, and then you don't connect with it anymore. As much as it might happen again, you just look at it like that. And as well, the moment you increase your consciousness up to let's say 700, it's said the gurus, Nelson Mandela, the Mother Teresa's, they were vibrating at a frequency of 700, because when you just speak about Mandela, you feel that vibration. Even now that he's late, you feel that vibration of Ubuntu. It's like he connected, and the moment you increase your vibration, the moment you can change people wherever you are. So the moment you start working on yourself, it has got ripple effect. That is why even when somebody says, when we are doing coaching with the relationship coaching, and then someone says, yo, my husband or my girlfriend or my wife needs to change. But the moment you start healing yourself, because when you meet with them and you have gone through the challenge, you start emitting and they just see the positive change and they start changing themselves. So that's why when you've got a relationship problem, go and work on yourself first. So those two individuals, they need to work on their shadows, the demons that are within them. Because relationships, there's a beauty about relationships. You should always look forward to relationships. Relationships, we normally call them the personal development that you can ever have, because they show you the scars, the things that you need to unlearn, they need to heal. So that is why it's important if somebody, except if there's violence, you really need to take action. But if you still want to have that companionship with that person, go and heal yourself. Let that person heal themselves. Then you can continue with this companionship and create magic and change the world. Like even now with what we have heard about Shona Ferguson, how they loved each other and how most women in South Africa were crying, were saddened because Shona was just showing how people need to be loved, because some people feel like they don't know how to be loved. And even them who don't know how to, they don't know, because we learn from the conditions that we have learned as we were young. We learn from our caregivers, we learn from our parents how to love. And someone, that's why when you meet someone say, now I want to be hugged, my parents used to hug me. And this other individual you're married to, he doesn't know anything. And you judge this person, no, I'm going to turn you one, but you don't know where that person has been through, what they've been through. And if both of you are ready to work on that relationship, go and get help. Build that relationship, heal the traumas, heal the negative beliefs, heal the emotional and the mental baggages that you currently have. And the moment as well as this increases, you become less judgmental. You appreciate nature. You start talking to trees. I always say to someone when they're sad, if there's a tree, go and hug it. A tree, it's got that high vibration because it doesn't have negativity, so you'll be getting that positive vibration from it. You feel that that calmness. So go and hug a tree. If you feel people will judge you, it's not about you, it's about your mental well-being and how you're feeling, because as I've shown on the iceberg, they don't see those things that you're going through. They just see the outer part. So go and hug a tree. Go and walk on the grass. For me, after I've been to the shops, before I even get to the house, I just take off my shoes and just walk on green grass just to ground myself and get that vibration from the ground. So that when I come to the house, I don't bring the negativity which I might have absorbed from people. Because when you go out, there's so much, you interact with so many people, you're taking that vibration from them. So do that, walk on your bare feet and absorb it. And as I said, you become less judgmental, you love more. You become caring, you become like God, because God says God is love. And you connect with your spirit, and if you're spiritual, check these verses which I've written, Revelations 1:10-16 and John 10 verse 30, where it talks about the moment you increase your vibration and you start removing these layers, this cage that you're in, you become free, you become to feel joy. It just becomes effortless. And you might experience grief or something, but that grief you don't associate with it. You just acknowledge it and move on. And it doesn't mean when you're increasing your consciousness, you won't go through that bad stuff. But by then your consciousness would have increased, because you won't be oh, repeat the scripture. The scriptures are there. Can't you see them on the slide? It's Revelations 1:10-16 and John 10 verse 30. Just there at the bottom. Can you see it? So you become one with God, and you are able just to not judge, because the moment you start increasing your consciousness, you don't judge people. You might meet let's see, someone who's poor, or who's asking for money. There you won't be so annoyed with them. You will just appreciate for who they are, and understanding what is it that you learn from them, because that is their journey. And you might see somebody who's let's say a prostitute, can be a male or female. You won't judge those people, because you don't understand what has made them to be like that, to do whatever they're doing. You start to appreciating people. I remember when I started to increase my awareness, I binged on Prison Break, all the seasons until it finished, just to understand the mentality of of a criminal, just to understand what they go through, to be less judgmental, and to think beyond what they're going through. Even Jesus himself, wherever he was always being with people that people would say you shouldn't associate with them, because he was less judgmental. He understood what those people needed, what help they need. We all need their help. So the moment we become less judgmental, become accepting of what is happening, we stop the resistance, you'll see your life will change dramatically. You won't be bothered by so many things. You'll just be bothered by you become a better version of yourself, so that you increase your enlightenment and you can connect with God. And even when you're sitting, when you are in your mind and you feel like you want to connect with God, you can just feel it. So we've got so much power. As I say, our brain has got so much power. Is it making sense, guys?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, a lot of
Awesome.
sense, hey?
Ah?
No, I'm saying a lot of sense. You're very interesting.
So thank yourself for raising your hand to be here. Yes, so the next slide. The next slide now, I think I've told you what you're going through and what you can do. Now I'm just sharing what you can do. These are the things that you can do if you're not ready to go and meet a mental health practitioner or a coach or a therapist or a psychotherapist. That's why I say if you're on medication, just find out, you can chat with me, then we can find out, are you going through a psychotherapy, is it something? And when you have gone there, a coach helps you to remove those mental blocks, to provide you with tools to help you, because what I do is to help you with your brain, to rewire your brain through the techniques that we do, coaching techniques. So something that you can do to manage your depression, anxiety, or any sad emotions that you're feeling, journal. Like even myself, when I feel like something is happening but I cannot make sense of it, and I'm not feeling like it, because no one is perfect. We go through so many emotions all the time. We're like going through so 4 seasons of life every day. It's like being in the Atlantic Ocean. I was once in Orange Mound. We went to the beach and it was warm. A few minutes later it was cold. We had to, so it's part of life. And life, if it's not challenging, it's boring. Because here we're here to explore, to uncover, and to solve the problems. Because if everything was so freely, we could be going to the spiritual world and just observe and be angels and be guides and helping others. So remember again, you're a VIP. So you can journal, you can do yoga, you can spend time in the sun. I think I elaborated that a lot. You can dance. So that is one of the other routine that I normally mention when I say how you start your morning is so important. Because if you open your phone and you are on social media, already you're letting the world control you. You're not owning yourself. So it's quite important you create a ritual. Your ritual could be prayer or meditation, and you can mix them both. And then you can do stretches, and you can do the breathing exercise that I helped you with. Like if you are not a morning person, it wakes you up. The first few sessions go like, but you'll be so surprised how your day turns. So you could do that. And then you can play a song. And whilst you're playing a song, just do moves, because you need to make your body move. Because I said some of the things that causes us to have depression and anxiety because we're not moving your body. So we need to release those good hormones, those exciting hormones, and minimize the cortisol, because the moment you are angry or something happens, the cortisol shoots up in your body. You just feel this heat and all the things that you have been telling me that you're feeling. And then as well, stand upright. So just stand upright and do this. This is what we call the power pose. So if you're not feeling okay, so just stand. You'll be so surprised about the effect that your body and your mind, it might resist it, but just do it and just stand upright and have that power pose and own your day and smile. I normally spend time when we're doing meditation to smile. I know when I tell people just smiling meditation, they think like I'm mad, but you're releasing those happy hormones. So even if you're feeling like you're not, just smile, force it, because you are creating a new habit. If you do it consecutive for 21 to 30 days, it will become part of you. You'll be so surprised. If you're on medication, you might even drop, you might say, today I didn't drink the pills, I feel different. And it's all within you. And then you can listen to music, or you can create music, find the music that you love, and then you can spend time with family. I forgot to type that, or with your loved ones. Or you can do what you call a progressive muscle relaxation. So what do I mean by that? So you tense your body. You just take a deep breath in, you focus on the tension, like you might be feeling a tension in your shoulders, so you just tense it, and then you release, and you continue doing that until you're feeling okay. So that is what you can do. Then you can go to a massage. They have different massages on this world. So if you're a guy, guys feel like it's for girls. It's for women. Guys, go and massage, go and release that tension. There's what you call the lymphatic massage. After that, you need to drink water. So if you have gone through a massage, drink water, because you have released a lot. You've released those tumors that are creating from the thoughts that you created. You are releasing. So if you can afford it, book a massage for yourself on a monthly basis. Spend time for you. Make this body feel happy, because you cannot give what you don't have. So take care of this 5% that we have, so that it helps you, that you can still walk and do all those things and laugh. So if there's someone who makes you laugh all the time, just go and sit with them and just create laughs. So with me, my husband has got a weird sense of humor. Sometimes he says, "You didn't get my joke." So I laughed at that I didn't get his joke, so I laugh a lot. And another thing which is quite important is that, which I didn't dwell on, let me just spend time on this one, like set necessary intensities for health for yourself and children. So when somebody is sick, let's say it's a child. When a child is sick, we give them attention all the time. And then when they were happy, we don't give attention. And even when somebody's sick, you find that every Dick, Tom, and Harry, lost friends will be calling, saying how you're doing. Because we celebrate being sick. We celebrate when somebody's on their downfall. So create something different in your family. Celebrate when somebody is happy. Celebrate their health. You'll spend less time in hospitals. You'll spend less time paying for pills, being a druggie. Being a drug addict, you don't have to take cocaine. It's the pills that you're forever taking within you. That's why even when they give you those pills, they tell you read those side effects. So what side effects are they doing in the long term in your body? So let's change the narrative. Let's celebrate when one is healthy. Let's check up on them. Be present. You'll be so surprised. Years will carry on without, because people at times, they just need that attention. They start getting sick because they know everyone will call them. Even people they haven't spoken to, because we celebrate when somebody's on their downfall, when they're not feeling okay. And we create that conditioning. Even when they grow up, we pass through that habit. As I said, we can heal ourselves. We've got power in our mind to change. So guys, if you've got kids, even if you don't have kids, give yourself incentives for not being sick. Let it become the new ritual. You can do it. And then another one is to spend time being grateful. So first thing that I do when I open my eyes is just to say, God, I'm grateful for the gift of life. I'm alive today. I woke up. And then throughout the day or towards the end of the day, I'll just write what I'm grateful for, or I just recite. And normally I do this when I'm busy doing my meditation, my prayer. I recite what I'm grateful for. Because the moment you spend time and you appreciate what you have, the more you'll have. If you were to compare yourself, let's say you've got everything and you meet someone on the street, just reflect on what you have and that person doesn't have. We always dwell on having more of what we don't have, and we never appreciate what we have been given. We're forever not being happy. So the moment we are more grateful, the goals that you want to achieve will just come effortlessly, because God is there to serve us. The universe is always listening to you. That's why I say your thought creates. So what are you creating? And then also another one is like when a bad thought comes through, just stop it. Do something. You can just go and have a cold shower or just stomp. So just to stop that thought. Or you can just say thank you for the thought, delete, delete, delete. And also you can have distractions. I think someone said what they do, they start walking. So start walking. Go to the ground when you start having those thoughts of not feeling good enough, where you're feeling you're on your own, the world is against you. And also it's mindful observing. So that is something that we don't do of. We're always living in the past of what happened and what is going to happen. We are always distracted. We're never in the now. So it's to learn to be mindful, and you can learn through that through meditation. Then the other one is just understanding what is happening. Understand, ask those thoughts of what is happening. Why am I feeling like this? And then if I continue feeling like this, will this serve me? And which relationship is it harming me? What is happening? What are the effects of me having these thoughts? And also letting go. Letting go is the best thing that you can ever do. The moment you let go of one negative belief, it has got so many ripple effects. Others which are attached to it, they just start dissolving. You become happier, you become understanding, you become less judgmental. So those are the things you can do. Are you still with me?
Yes.
I thought this was
Definitely.
going to be an hour. It seems like I'm preaching today. Yeah, lucky guys. Okay. Okay, let's see. There's a comment. Wow, yes, you are blessed. We're still here. So thank you guys. I'm almost there. I think where I feel like I need to add more, it came back from what you guys told me, your answers. So your answers just provided, they were catalysts for me to see what direction I take these discussions. Thank you. And then another thing that you can do, there are so many. This is another grounding exercise. You can adopt the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and say 5. What are the things you can see in the room when you have got those negative thoughts? So be mindful. Yes, I can see the light, I can see the chair, the book, and all that. So you're just creating that disruption because you are creating new habits. Then you can say what are the 4 things you can feel. So it's basically looking at your 5 senses. What can you see, feel, touch, hear, and smell? So what are the 4 things you can feel? You can be sitting down or whatever you're wearing, whatever clothes or underwear you're wearing, socks you're wearing, just be in that moment. So it's another way of being mindful, of grounding yourself. And then you can also look at the things that you're hearing. Can you hear the birds? The birds are no longer crying now. I love them in the morning when I'm meditating. If I didn't put my headphones, you can still hear the different types of birds. I learned the other day, because my spirit was saying, talk about listening. And then I'm listening, and then there's different noises from this tree, the tree we have in our house, of different sounds from this birds. And I'm like, wow, what a chorus. And then I Googled, why do birds sing? And then I learned that some of it is like when they need to mate, or males are saying this is our territory, and then is it communication. It was quite an enlightening thing to learn. So to me, it just meant when I heard them, I'm like, I'm loving this beautiful sound. and I'm loving the communication, and that is how they communicate. But when I went further to find out what is written there, why do birds sing, it was like, wow, it opened my eyes. And then name two things you can smell right now. What are the things? You could be smelling the perfume, you could be smelling the tea or the food or whatever is next to you. You could be smelling the rain outside. So I want to challenge you, next time it rains, go out and dance in the rain. We always want to run away. Just connect with nature. Go and be stupid and silly in the rain and see how you feel, and absorb and be in that moment of those positive emotions of being silly, of doing, going against society, going against what you have been taught. Do the unthinkable. Start questioning things. So go out there and just absorb that smell. I know when it starts raining, if you've got soil, it's so therapeutic. And then the last one is to name one good thing about yourself. So always remember there's something good about you. You might be going through depression, you might be going through anxiety, anger, divorce, not having money. Yeah, so there's something so good about you. That's why God still keeps you, still give you that breath, and you're still here. I see Francine says she loves dancing in the rain. So we've got someone who loves dancing in the rain. Do it, guys. We did it. There was a day we went to the sea. We just said, because we don't stay far away from the sea. It's about 10 minutes drive. And we said, oh yeah, we decided as a family we'll go around 5, and started raining. And said we're still going. We went, and it was so beautiful just to be crazy with the kids, doing the things that we are not used to doing. And then the other one is to write grounding statements. So if you've got a book, so depending on what type of person are you, kinesthetic, audio, or any other person. So if you are someone who like to write, just write, this situation won't last forever. This too shall pass. I can survive and manage this out and not let it get me down. And then that my anxiety and your fear and your sadness won't kill you. That's why you're still alive. That is why you've got that breath. The moment you can still breathe, appreciate that. Many lose it on a daily basis. And the fact that you're still alive, don't lose it. Find your purpose. Question the things. If something is not working for you, take those bold decisions and jump. And do the things which are unthinkable. And then also tell yourself, these are just my feelings, and eventually they will go away. Because if I were to ask you now at this time, last year or 5 years ago, do you still remember what was that thing that you were worried about? Do you still remember what emotions you were going through at this time last year? So all these things, they fade away. So nothing is permanent. And then the last one, this is the other slide, is to say, another one is just get up, walk around, take your time to notice what is happening around. That is coming back that we don't spend time in nature. Nature has got high vibration. It will give you that pick me up feel that you have. It's like someone who takes cocaine. It's like that cocaine, that sniff that you're gonna have to feel good, but that one is so lasting, and it doesn't affect your body in a negative way. It makes you vibrate higher. Listen to music, remind yourself who you are. Who are you? Because at times we forget who we are. So another challenge that I want to write to you, do that breathing technique we did when we started, and write down who you are. The negative thoughts will come through and say you're not this. Tell them I'm like this. Say who you are. So write that letter to yourself and tell yourself who you are. And then the next one, write a letter to yourself of saying, what is it that you wish for who you are? Let's say it's Netemba or Francine. What is it that you wish for yourself at the moment, despite everything that you're going through? What is it that you wish for yourself? You'll be so surprised what is your soul and your subconscious yearning for. and dwell on those things that you create, that new reality that your mind, body, and spirit is telling you that you are resisting and denying. You might say, my boss is this horrible person, your boss is that horrible person, so that you can grow and get out of your comfort zone. You might say, my loved one, my wife doesn't accept me, but when you met her, she was this loving person. So it's showing you what is it that you need to heal, that you need to grow. And if the person is abusing you, do something about it. It's not love. So then if you're feeling anxious, ask yourself, what is it that I'm denying? And you're feeling like you're in a hole, what is it that you're resisting, that you're not accepting of who you are? You're not the definitions of what everyone is saying. You're the definition that God says who you are. And who you are is within you. Even your parents, your loved one might not understand who you are, but you need to be bold enough and be authentic enough to take them on this journey of discovering the new person that has always been there, but has been covered by these layers and layers of onions or mask or anything. And then take deep breaths as well. Do those exercises. And then, as we're about to finish now, we all go through different seasons of life. So you can see we go through spring, autumn, summer, winter, and some of us we go through all this. And with each season of your life that you are going through, like when it's winter, in winter you're covered, and during that time you need to be warm. What is it that you need to take care of yourself? What is it that you need to heal? And then through spring, you're rejoicing, you're this lovely person. What is it that you need to vibrate? What do you need to add value in? So look at those seasons of your life and say, what are they saying to me? During my autumns of my life, what do I need to do? During the summer of my life, what am I doing? Because during spring is so excited, we're so lovely. So during spring, are you spring? Is it something that you missed that you were supposed to do during autumn? So ask yourself, so when we all go through this, even nature, you have seen trees, they lose their leaves, they become dark, and then also it gets cold. So we go through different seasons. So ask yourself, whatever seasons you're in, what is it that you need to learn, to know? What is it that you need to shed? Like if it's winter, we're shedding away. Autumn, leaves are falling. What is it that you need to shed? Because as I said, if we're not growing, we're dying. So do you want to continue dying, or you want to grow? Do you want to reach that spring and summer and attract the birds and the bees and all that, and create cross-pollination within the world and making this world a beautiful place? And that is your purpose that you need to uncover. The moment you have gone through the worst seasons of your life, you need to unleash that diamond so that you can add value into this world. And then, as we are about to end my story, I think I've touched on it. For me also, what has happened this year, getting help. So as much as I'm a coach, as much as I'm a human being, I'm not immune to the seasons of life. The thing that I've done is to rise up and ask for help, and being courageous to do that, and being vulnerable, and also sharing. Because if you were to meet my high school classmates and you say, this is me was presented, they'll give you a completely different picture, which shows that I've grown. Because if we're not growing, we're dying. So next time when somebody meets you, they need to see that change within you, the positive change that you're gonna impart within their lives. So when I was 30, as I said, I just got married. We bought a new house. I was living in this town, and we bought a house, and then the next week we started our work, and within a day of just arriving in that job, I wanted to resign because our boss was not ready for us. So myself and my husband, we are both mentally, they were not ready for us. So it's buying a new house, being in a new town where you are not wanted, and you go like, why did I leave this company? I remember my ex-company that I worked for, they used to take me like an egg. I still say there's no company which will also take me like that. It was like after the poverty and the rough things I went through when I was a child and going high school, then you get this job and you're taken care of. And then now you want to get out of your comfort zone. So I was out of my comfort zone, and then you get where this egg is exposed, everyone is hitting on it, and then it just breaks. So I went through that. Still today, I still say, at that time I went like, why the world hates me? And then I was also on depression medication, and I was also working shifts. And during that time, because I was in my zombie land, worried about my job, worried about my boss loving me, my nanny was abusing my siblings and my kids. So there was so much happening. Because when bad things are happening and even you're in your zone, you don't notice what is happening around you, those people that you love who are being impacted. So that is why I've been emphasizing being mindful wherever you are. Notice the changes that you are not aware of. So having grown from a family where I wasn't asked how I was doing, I didn't do it with my kids. Just came back, okay, I provided for them. There's food, hi guys, I was good, that's it. And you never go beyond of saying, how are you, how was your day, reading the body language. I had to learn to do that. And then I also stopped medication as well, because I couldn't sleep. I was like a zombie. That's why I don't stop your medication if you're on medication. Find out why you're using it, and when you're done with dealing with the psychotherapy that you're going through, then get a coach who can help you, take you from feeling better to feeling extraordinary to feeling amazing. So I've been through that, and it's not nice. That's why the middle picture just showing, yes, I'm getting my groove, and then now I'm happy. And it doesn't mean when I'm happy, there's nothing, there are no new challenges coming through. But now I don't look them as if and say, oh, why me? Like the other ones, it's like I've been so depressed. There was a time in 2018 I was looking for a promotion. But when I reflect on that time, I think I went for 6 interviews and I wasn't successful. But when I reflect, I realized I wasn't ready to upgrade to a new role. I wasn't going to add value wherever I'm going to be. Because when you are a leader, you are imparted, even by God. You might be wherever you are. That's why I say your purpose can be everywhere. If you have people that you have to lead, remember you have been ordained, you have been honored to lead these people. Because society and people who are above, they create the conditioning. So what conditioning are you creating? Are you making people feel sad? Are you making people feel unworthy? Or you might be there to make them to uncover themselves, to go through hell so that they can discover the awakening. Could be a spiritual awakening that they have to go through. So mind wherever you are planted. Are you adding value? So with those roles, I knew I wasn't going to add value. I was not in a good space. I was blaming everyone of what is happening. I was just so angry. There was so much happening. But when you go down, when we went further, we realized of the issue of my limiting beliefs, of what I've gone through, the conditioning, how I protected myself throughout growing up. Those things were not serving, because when you're at work, no one cares where you are, no one cares how you grew up, and you're just these different people in this new way, and you always bring what you know, and you expect other people can read what you have gone through, how you manage. And some people will say you are bossy or whatever, but that is how you grew up. That is what the normal you know, but it just shows you that you need to grow, you need to unlearn and remove those layers so that you can add value. So yeah, I had to go through that, and I'm quite grateful. And in 2019 I became a coach, going through, uncovering, crying about learning that I self-sabotage most of my life, but because of society of what I've learned, because of what conditioning, because of what I learned from my loved ones, from my caregivers, everyone I regarded, because of the mother issues I have. I never had a good relationship with my mom, and now, before, when I think about her, I used to shiver. It just shows where I used to stop. And when I see the call calling me, I'm like, ish, I don't feel that, because I had to heal that. I had to heal through my mother wound. And then the other one is, because I'll be so angry, I'll be just itching, I'll just be so depressed and feeling unloved. And then the other one was the father wound. My father died when I was 3. I wasn't aware that he died when I was 3. And with the relationships I've been, I'll treat the guys, I'll treat them, yeah, we'll go through that nice feelings, and then later, because I said relationships, they're the best personal development you can ever go through. When this person doesn't do this, that thing of that I didn't have a father, because this is what I was expecting from my father. I'm taking between him being my boyfriend, being my father, and this person doesn't know. And even me now, I don't realize what I'm doing until you sit down and you start. That's why I say journaling is quite important, and a coach will help you with asking those questions. Then you realize, wow, I've been sabotaging myself. How did this person stand me? Is it God? What a monster I've been. And this person is still there. So when you go through this unlearning, and learning is going to be uncomfortable, there are days you go like, why did I do this? But you had to go through that, so embrace the change. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, guys. And then this is what I do. Since it's the month of August, I do coaching as well, one-on-one coaching. I also do transformation coaching program. You can contact me further if you are interested in that. And when you're not ready to sit down with myself to talk, you can do the online coaching, where you get access to the emotions mastery. It's 15 days, and the relationship with yourself, because I said the relationship with yourself is quite important. So yeah, and then those are my contact details. And yeah, I'd like to hear, how are you feeling? What was your aha moment? I'm just gonna stop the share, or unless you want to take my details quickly. So let me know. Please unmute yourself. How are you feeling? You can raise your hand so that I don't unmute everyone at once. Yeah. Do you understand your depression or your anxiety, or someone who's suffering from anxiety, what they're going through?